thing.
I know. I don't know what happened.
Was it like
there.
that?
No.
Oh.
I wonder if a tray spilled something.
I kind of like how I didn't bring the pillows.
It's okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, we're so close.
We are really close.
God, it's
I feel like my hair has like a clip in it.
This isn't helping. It's making it worse.
Because you're moving. You know, one time my teacher told me, I'll tell her later.
No, you can just tell it now.
My teacher told me, she was like, you know when you make fans out of like the umbrella?
Yeah.
They would like fan yourself or whatever, but she was not an umbrella. Did I say umbrella?
Yeah.
I meant like
the
paper fans, yeah. And she was like, they actually just make you hotter because you're moving around.
Yeah.
And that just stuck with me. I think I was like in kindergarten. You okay?
Yeah. I don't know why I'm so hot.
Menopause.
Probably. I think Mom went through menopause. Like,
she went to
pre-menopausal, but like she was starting to go through menopause when she was like in her 40s. That's really early.
Well, Tia Natalie told me she went through menopause at 27. Like she started feeling it at 27. She's 45. She's supposed to be 45.
Yeah. Was it 27? When did
she said 27 when I...
Yeah, whatever. I think she did because she got like her blood work done and it said she was in menopause.
Oh.
And she always had like thyroid issues.
Hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Welcome back to another episode
of
The Lucky Girls. Oh, wait. Sorry, you didn't say who you were.
Oh, yeah.
I'm Marisha.
I'm Thais.
And we are
the Lucky Girls. We obviously have a new setup today.
Woo!
Yeah.
It's not perfect. We still have a lot of stuff that we want to put in it.
Yeah.
Like, I want to get little plants, like little side tables where we could put like
trinkets and like
themed stuff to our
to our
our little room,
our podcast theme.
Yeah.
But yay, we have a new setup. It's cute. I like the colors.
Yeah.
I think I like the neutral couch because today when I was getting dressed, I was like, I couldn't remember if the walls or the couch were green. So then I was like, if I wear green pants, it might look a little weird.
Imagine if we used like a green screen and you'd just be floating, or you'd have no bottom legs.
Just my top half.
Yeah.
I always think about that in like shows that they do that, especially like iCarly, and I want to say if they did like a scene like that in Zoe 101.
I haven't watched those shows in a long time.
Yeah. I rewatched both of those shows during COVID, I think. So I watched Zoe 101 because everybody was talking about it because I think it had just got put onto either Netflix or
Paramount. And they had like that really random like special episode. Was it for Zoe 101?
They did have a special episode, but that was like before COVID, I think.
Oh, okay.
Where they like, maybe it was Zoe 101. I think so. Where they like went to some restaurant or something.
I feel like
Chase was there.
Yeah.
But I don't really remember what happened. What's his best friend's name?
The guy that everybody liked, but he was kind of like an asshole.
Yeah. I don't know. Was he in it?
I think he was.
What is his name?
His best friend?
He was like part of the group.
Yeah. It's like something.
He dated Quinn.
Yeah, but it was like something cool, like Blaze or something.
No.
Well, I know somebody named Blaze, but
was he cool? Or is he cool?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know. I'm not friends with him anymore, but
I knew a guy named Blaze.
I went to Oh! You know those like dancing brothers from Benicia?
Oh,
those famous like
yeah. What are their names? I don't remember their names. They go by something brothers, right?
Yeah, and so Blaze is one of their brothers, but he doesn't dance.
Oh, yeah. He's like the
He does photography.
What's the Jonas Brothers' little brother name? He's an actor, but the little brother. He dated Noah Cyrus.
We're so bad with names today.
I don't remember what his name is. It's gonna bother me.
I know it.
Frankie.
Yeah, I was gonna say Freddie.
Frankie. Yeah, I had to remember your cat's name.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Frankie was cute. He's like the odd one out.
Yeah.
Like he didn't want to do what the brothers did. I remember they were like randomly famous all of a sudden, this group. And I think around COVID they like, or maybe right before COVID they like blew up on.
They even did
social
like
media.
they did a collab with that girl that was on all the Missy Elliott big music videos.
Allison.
Yeah.
Stone?
Yeah.
Stone?
Yeah. Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The girl from Camp Rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she was like the hip hop dancer.
She's really good. I think that she was like performing, and then Demi Lovato was at that.
Yeah.
I love that clip.
So yeah, they. What are their names? They have a sister too who dances with them sometimes, but they're like a really big family.
I want to say like one of the person's name starts with an R or something.
Didn't you
Rob?
have?
No. I had a friend who dated one of them.
Yeah. So he's part of their like siblings. They have a lot of siblings.
I know. I remember. I think that the group only started for like 3 of them, right? And then like it suddenly became like all of the brothers and sister, I guess.
Yeah.
What if we started a group? We danced.
No.
You are the dancer. I don't know about Adonis.
I feel like I'm not that good of a dancer. Like I think people just like hyped me up and told me I was a good dancer, so I always thought I was, but I don't think I am.
I don't really remember because I was like 7 to about like 10 or 11 when you were like in your prime of dancing. I didn't really.
Yeah.
Like you stopped dancing.
Yeah.
Like professionally, you know, you didn't take classes or anything.
Yeah.
But I think anybody can kind of learn to do anything if they're like taught, you know?
I guess so.
So it's like you probably have the skill and the rhythm and all that stuff, but you probably just don't naturally come up with the choreo.
I definitely
maybe?
cannot come up with choreo.
Like, yeah.
I need someone to show me.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. You're probably like if somebody were to teach me choreo and then teach you the same choreo, you're probably gonna be better at it.
We should try doing TikTok dances.
For the promo for these no.
Wait, don't you want to do I ain't got no panties on. Ain't got no panties on.
I don't know. I got obsessed with that girl, Alyssa. I think her name's Alyssa. She just kept like it was her song. It's kind of like the girl who, I don't know if you've seen this girl either, but they have like she looks kind of like a character, I guess, or maybe like a actress that they call her that. It's like not her name.
Oh, okay.
But she does I think it's like a cupcake song. Do you know Cupcake?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's one of those like raunchy songs.
Yeah.
And she does something about like blowing bubbles with sperm. Like it's part of like the lyrics. And then she like, the girl like does a dance and she's like,
ew.
it's part of the like the dance. But she does it all the time. Like every time I see her on my For You page, that's what she's doing. She's doing like that, her choreo for that. It's really not like choreo, but
yeah. It's just like a move in the dance. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you explain to me what this is?
I don't know what that is.
Oh, okay.
I want to say it's like
I see people now like when something happens,
I kind of like it's like
clapping,
a period. Yeah, like yeah. Like it's kind of like the version of
because I want to use it, but I'm like maybe I don't know if I'm doing it right or like if I even know the context of it. But it looks so cute.
I think by like when I see it, usually like speak your truth, like period. It's kind of like that's how with the context that I see it in. That's how I'm getting it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I'm like I can use that as clapping because I don't really like clapping loud. I clap like this.
Well, I was just watching Ginny and Georgia, and when they're performing the musical, the deaf family they clap.
Yeah,
but
like
they
this.
clap like yeah. And so you could do that.
We'll be like you're stimming.
No, I don't think so.
We didn't introduce today's topic. We kind of just jumped into it.
We're not talking about anything today. We have no topic.
Just the yap
Our topic is just to yap today.
Yeah. I just kind of didn't feel like
coming up
with a theme and kind of like
thinking about things to match that theme.
Yeah, and I felt really overwhelmed this week anyway. Like the whole thing with whole thing with no, that is not
what was that supposed to mean?
Because I was like I was going like this to think and then I was like
okay.
Just being silly. The whole thing with editing and like now we figured out we got our laptop but it's Mac and
We had been editing.
we'd been editing on a Windows computer.
Mhm.
We never had to we didn't think to reformat the drive because we didn't know what kind of computer we were going to get.
Mhm.
And that was just a whole mess. Like, I was so upset when I edited the entire episode,
And then had to reformat.
and then I had to reformat, and then I had to put everything onto Google, and then
So, because it wasn't letting you save on the desktop.
it was letting me save it on the desktop, but then it wouldn't let me put it into the drive at all.
Even after you reformatted it?
No, once I reformatted it, it's fine.
So, but you had to re-edit the video.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just wondering if you saved it on your desktop without the drive, and then you reformatted the drive on itself and then put it in, you could have dragged it into the drive instead of re-editing it.
Yeah, that's true. But I was already so flustered.
I think that I think that you just don't think about
that.
Because even when you called me, because we were having issues with reformatting it, when you had called me, I got off the phone because you called me and I immediately came up with like a solution. I was like, why don't we just put it in like a Google Drive to hold all of our space while you reformat it? Because from what I was understanding, that we didn't have space, or like it just wouldn't allow you to save anything on the desktop.
Yeah.
So I was like, why don't we put everything on the drive or the Google Drive and then clear out and reformat the drive?
Yeah.
And when I had immediately come up with that.
Oh no, but the thing is that it wouldn't let me take anything off of the drive and put it onto the desktop either.
Okay, so we had to put that in the Google Drive.
Yeah. So that was fine.
But I'm talking about the
editing. Yeah, I could have done that. And I didn't think about that.
And I guess I just didn't think about that either because you didn't express like your frustration about that. I just like didn't really think like, oh, you could just put it. Yeah.
Yeah, because.
And I didn't think to ask you like, can you save what you have already done onto the desktop? But so I came up with a solution, and then we got off the phone and I was like, she's probably really flustered and just didn't think about that because like I'm sure that if I was it was opposite, you probably would have thought of that.
Right. Yeah. And so, but it was fine, like, because I had already remembered where I wanted to make like cuts or zoom in and stuff. Mm-hmm. So I just like fast forward through all that and then just did that, and then it was fine. Yeah. It still took me the 45 minutes because I rewatched it because I was like, maybe I want to change some things now that I'm watching it over. But I think it looks good. There weren't a lot of like zoom ups or anything like that, but I just zoomed up on like our little funny faces or where we were being sassy. Okay. I even left my like crying and like dabbing my eyes in because I was like, people need to see that realness.
What video was it again? The long distance friendships.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That one's gonna be. Oh, that was pretty long, no? It was like 50...
It's 45 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That wasn't too long.
Because then we wanted to go eat and shopping.
So yeah. We were like, shopping.
Yeah.
Where did we go?
We went to Plato's, and then we went to Ross.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We went to... Where did we go eat? Oh, we went to
Sushi.
Sushi, yeah. Or not Sushi, Umu Sushi. And you had to go poop so quickly.
When we got to Plato's, we were like looking, I was like, I really have to use the bathroom.
Yeah, you were like, I was like, okay. And then I kind of just like was like, okay, whatever. Like, you have to use the bathroom. But I didn't think it was so urgent. You were like, a few minutes later, you're like, I have to go.
Like, I have to find a bathroom. Yeah, when I finally found the bathroom, like, as soon as I sat down, it started happening. And I was like, oh my God, thank God. Because
you would have had an accident. Just kidding.
Well, I was thinking about passing gas to see if it helped. But I was like, if I pass gas, it's not going to be just gas. And I was wearing...
What did you eat that day besides your sushi?
I think that it just was like... Because that was the last time you were on your period, right?
Yeah, maybe.
So that week that we're on our period, because I don't have a uterus, but I still get the hormones, I get really constipated. And so then when I finally have to, when I finally can go, it's urgent. It doesn't matter what I've ate, what I haven't ate. It's just you gotta go right now. Mm-hmm. This is a week's worth of shit, basically. Literally.
So you get constipated?
Yeah.
Oh. I remember we used to have period poops and they were so good.
Yeah, and I think it's because I don't actually have cramps anymore, and my uterus doesn't irritate my colon. So like it doesn't bring on me having to use the bathroom. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you still get those?
No, I'm actually pretty regular now.
No matter what.
Yeah. I was just telling mom, dad, and Adonis during dinner. I was like, we were talking about our bowel movements, I guess, like how frequently.
At dinner.
Yeah. We were just talking about like how being bloated and stuff like that, basically.
Yeah.
And so we were talking about like what causes it. And I mean, one of it could be being backed up. And so we were just talking about like how like often. I was like, I've been really good, actually. I remember I had issues, I just wouldn't go.
And you had to like take probiotics to help you like regulate.
Yeah. Which even if you are regular, it's still good to take those, I think.
Yeah, we have to have like a healthy microflora.
Yeah.
To help break down like your food. And
have you ever tried or like considered taking chlorophyll? I think that's what it's called, chlorophyll. It's like that green stuff that people put in their water. I don't know what it is.
Oh yeah, I have seen that, and I was just like, I feel like it's gonna be gross, so I don't want to do that.
Yeah, but people have said it doesn't taste like anything.
Yeah,
but I don't know what it is. It's like it looks like it'd be like grassy.
Yeah, I thought it was like algae.
You think everything is? What did you think was the Dubai chocolate? You thought it was moss.
Yeah. Well, it looked hairy.
When you said that to me, I think I was at work, right? We were at work.
Yeah.
I could not stop laughing. I was like dying at my cubicle because I was like, why would it be moss? Who eats moss?
I don't know.
And the whole world is
weird things.
Yeah, but the whole world is like raving about it.
Yeah, because anything that is a trend, people are gonna eat it, even if it's not good. Like just for the clout.
I guess. Not everything. And not just like
sorry, I was just thinking about like the random things that I become obsessed with. Like I told Patrick, I was like, I think something's wrong with me because I think everything is fake. Like I don't trust anything on the internet right now. Internet. I don't trust anything on the internet right now. Like I'm like, that's AI. That's a scam.
It's hard not to. It's hard not to, especially because everything is being taken over by like AI.
Yeah, it's like that video that Rinka sent us of the guy who was on the black web or the dark web. And I'm like, how do you even get there?
People do go on the dark web.
But where is it? Like, how do they get there? What is
I don't know,
link?
but I don't want to search it up. I'm sure people like really go into that though.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm really uncomfortable. I need to like readjust. Ah, much better.
You keep hitting your elbow on the wall.
I know. Maybe we should scoot the couch up a little bit so I don't keep hitting myself. I need to just stop moving.
You're like Atreus taking his deep breaths. What do you guys call it?
Oh, big belly, fishy face?
Yeah. Big belly, fishy face. So cute.
He gets so upset.
He was literally biting his iPad, or not his iPad, his computer, his tablet.
Yeah.
He was like, he kept hitting his knees with it, and I noticed, and I was like, hey, don't hurt yourself. Like, it's okay. Do you need help? And he was like, he looked at me, and I was like, do you need help? And he goes, mm-mm. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. And then he kept like not really punching it, but he was hitting it. He was like
knocking on it. Like, please open.
Yeah. And I was like, I think he might need help opening it. And then eventually he tried to put in the passcode, and it said like some error, and then he was like biting the jelly part of the case, and I was like, you're gonna get you hurt your teeth, or your teeth are gonna fall out. And he did not care. He was just like,
yeah. When he gets really frustrated, he just like bites things or hits them.
Yeah, but eventually I was able to like grab the tablet. He was like literally fighting for it. Like I tried to grab it out to see what he needed help with, and he was like pulling it back. He's like, I don't, like basically saying I don't need help.
Yeah,
okay, whatever. And he started crying.
Yeah, that's the Sagittarius in him. Doesn't want to ask for help. Just wants to figure it out. But he literally was not going to be able to figure that out. And he needs to stop turning his tablet off.
Yeah, like, he turned it off. That's what he was fighting it for.
He gets mad that the game gets messed up. Uh-huh. So instead of just exiting the game, he just turns off the tablet. When he turns it back on, you need to put the passcode in.
Well, originally it still was locked out, and then got frustrated and we were trying to like fight for the tablet,
And he
he turned it off, and then it just was the same screen. So then I think when it came back to the same screen that he was already frustrated on, he was like even more frustrated because he thought that turning it on or off and on would fix it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which reminds me, somebody at work was like, she's not really like the person that's like always there. She's a drop-in person. And she was like, she came up to me, she was like, my computer's not working. And I'm like, in my head,
plugged in.
Well, in my head, I'm like,
okay.
Did you like in my head, I'm like, did you turn it off and on? Like that's usually what people tell you to do. And she was like, it's all like the screen's black, but you can see the mouse, like the cursor. That's what it's called, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. So I went over to go help her because I was like, I don't know what she's talking about.
Yeah.
And then I went over and I'm like, again in my head, I'm like, turn off the computer maybe and unplug it maybe. I don't know. Like I'm not IT, so I don't know. Why are you asking me?
You're like, those are the things that I would try.
Yeah. Why are you looking at my teeth?
Because I was just looking at the little diamond.
Are you looking at the diamond or the one that fell off and it has the residue of the backing on it?
Yeah. Both. The latter. Yeah. The second thing you said.
So you're looking at the backing of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I need to get it taken off, but they like the dentist usually will just like shave off the glue for me. But I don't have my dentist appointment until like September, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was so annoyed with the dentist.
Wait. So what ended up happening with the computer?
Oh, I thought you were talking about Atreus' computer at first because he calls it a computer. The other computer, the end of it was, I'm not trying to bend down under the cubicle. So like, and it's not my cubicle. So I was like, I don't know, did you unplug it? And she was like, well, she had like 3 different wires because we have obviously like the phone, the computer itself,
and the dock.
And the docks. Yeah. And so she had 3, but it was on a serger, and that's what it's called, right? Yeah. And it had a switch, and she was like, should I unplug it or just like turn off the switch and turn it back on? I'm like, I don't
do something.
I was like, I don't think it matters, but like maybe just take off the plug. But she would have to find which one of the plugs are for the like actual computer. And so because I had turned it off and on, because I told her to turn it off, and she was like, how do I do that? And it was like because it was one of the, not the towers, it was the flat ones that plug into the laptops. And so I just like, I went over and I was like, she was like, oh.
Is she older?
No, she's like probably less than 30.
Oh.
She's younger.
Okay.
But
that's interesting.
She's a drug tester, so she's like,
doesn't really use the computer.
Yeah, she's not really there. She's like there from like for like maybe 3 or 4 hours.
Okay.
And 2 days out of the week. So she's not there like often, but either way, I mean like it's kind of like common sense, I guess, or like you can just figure it out.
Yeah.
And eventually she just turned off the switch, and she turned it back on and it worked fine. And I was like, okay, well let me know if you have any other issues, and then I walked away.
You're like, please don't let me know.
Well, I have to be nice. I'm not gonna be mean. She's really nice.
Yeah.
I was just kind of like, I don't know, I'm not IT. Like what if it isn't just like turn it off and turn it on, it's fine. Yeah. What if it was something else? I would just tell her like, you have to call IT or help desk.
Right.
Yeah.
So you were annoyed with the dentist because what happened?
Because, okay, well, I hadn't gone to the dentist in like years because I was just so like scared. During COVID, I was scared because I didn't want to get sick.
Yeah.
And then I think it had just been so long that I got scared that if I went back, I'd have like cavities. And so I was like, oh, I don't even like that. I hate the dentist. So I was like, I don't really want to go. But maybe 2 years ago, I started going back. And like it's been consistent. Yeah. And I have to schedule my appointments like literally 6 months in advance. And
I hate that because I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing in 6 months.
Yeah, exactly. And like, what if I have to reschedule, and then if I reschedule, they push it back usually because they don't have.
And it's also like, let's say you're sick or whatever. If you try to cancel less than 24 hours before, they bill you.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
I've never had to do that, so I don't know, but that sucks.
Yeah.
And I had scheduled maybe my third, because it's 2 years ago, so yeah, 1, 2, and then my third. So after my second one, I was scheduling for my third checkup appointment, and I had the day of, I had gone there. It was August 12th, and I was like, "Oh, I'm here for my appointment." But right before that, she had asked me. I had emailed them or called them or something, and was like, "Hey, on this day I have my appointment, but I have another doctor's appointment at Kaiser on this time, so I was wondering if you could squeeze me in a little bit earlier."
I remember.
And then they had like an automatic like texting thing, and they were like, "Oh, we'll get back to you, blah blah." And then eventually, she actually did text me, and she was like, "We can do this, this, or that." And I was like, "You know what? Just keep my appointment the way it is. It's fine. Like if I have to reschedule my other one, I will."
Yeah, because you're more likely to get a more
Closer
date for your
Kaiser through
Yeah.
dentist. So then I was like, "It's fine." But she took it as like cancel my appointment. And so I got there and I had a feeling that this would happen. And then I check in and she goes, okay, just have a seat for me. And that when she did that, I was like, she definitely took me off the appointment list for today. And then she eventually was like, Thais, like we took off your schedule. We don't have appointment for you today. And I was like, I kind of figured that happened. Like our text messages, you probably like removed me. And she was like, yeah, I'm sorry about that, but we have an appointment at your time slot. So if they don't show up, then we'll just keep you. So if you want to wait like 15 minutes for their like allotted
their grace period,
yeah, then we'll like squeeze you in. I was like, okay, I'll wait. They show up obviously, so I left. I was so annoyed because we're in Fairfield and I had to drive all the way to Benicia, and it's not that far of a drive, but it's like I took time off my day because they don't ever schedule on my Mondays off.
Yeah.
Now they do. They switch every like year or something. That they
what they have every other Monday off or closed.
Yeah, and so it was just super annoying. I was just frustrated, and now all my appointments are like
shifted.
Yeah, because I had to wait until I think September to get like a whole month after, which is not that bad, I guess. But yeah, I was just annoyed because now I'm like, I liked it being like January, February, and then June,
July, because then your teeth are nice and clean for your birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my teeth will be dirty for my birthday this year. I do kind of want to get my tooth gem removed and put a gem on a different tooth.
Okay.
So I can put my grill in because my tooth gem is on the side where my grill is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or maybe I want to put them on the bottom, the gems.
That'd be cute.
On my canines. Have you thought about your birthday?
Yeah.
Do you still want to do the girls' night thing?
No.
Okay.
I just feel like it's gonna be a lot of like
Vacaville.
Yeah. And like I can already imagine what the music is gonna be like, and I really don't want to spend. How much is it? Like 40?
Like $40.
Yeah. And
Pura is $40.
We could just go do that. That'd be fun.
Do you think Rinka would like that?
She'll have to just deal with it. It's my birthday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Zeno might want to go.
Yeah, I've always wanted to go to Pura, and it's so sad. This can be such a sad story. But my so when I worked at we were like a whole group. And all this time I thought, oh, like we're all friends, we all hang out, because we would actually like hang out outside of work and go to like have drinks, dinner. We even like did a going away party for one of the people who was going to med school, and it was his last like week or whatever. And so we went to the Castro and we like got so drunk, people threw up, and we're just like all having a good time. And I'm thinking like, oh, like these are my friends. So when I get back from maternity leave, one girl had gotten engaged and she threw like a bachelorette party, but I wasn't invited. And everybody was like talking about it, and they're like they were like talking to each other and be like, oh, how are you gonna get here, how are you gonna get there? Mind you, I was pregnant, but being pregnant doesn't stop me from wouldn't stop me from going to the club. And I wasn't even like huge, like I had a little like tummy, but they were just I just wasn't invited. And then I seen everybody posted on Snapchat and on their Instagram, and I was like, oh, okay. And I had been saying like, oh, we should go to Pura sometime, like I really want to go, before I got pregnant. And then they went, and I was like, okay, I see how it is. Like,
yeah.
Like, I see.
Yeah.
And
the situations are hard because it's like you want to be friends with somebody,
yeah,
but then they kind of like leave you out on purpose. It's
right.
kind of hurtful.
And then that girl had her wedding, and people were invited from work, and my friend who he's a doctor now too. I just don't want to name drop because I don't want him to get in trouble. But he asked that girl, like, oh, why did you invite me to your wedding of all people? And he was like, how come you didn't invite Marisha? And she was like, you're not problematic. When I was like, okay, bitch. So
Why did she say here? Why is she implying that you're problematic? What happened?
I could tell you off camera. This is not something I would like to share with the public, but just a lot of drama. Also, I was like deemed as like the Black angry woman because I would speak out when I didn't like something, and they would also stick me. I think she was actually implying this one time that I was asked to be in one clinic. I show up early to set that up, and then they pulled me to do prenatal orientations, which I hated prenatal orientations, but they liked when I did them because they were thorough and fast. Like, I was the only one who can do it in under an hour and a half. Everybody else took almost 3 hours to do theirs. Even though it is like scheduled out to be a 3-hour appointment, I was just like, I'm trying to sit here for 3 hours talking to these people. So they pulled me from vasectomy, which was my favorite clinic. I was hella pregnant, still throwing up. I came in early to set up the clinic. And then they were like, actually, Marisha, we're going to put you in prenatal orientation so this girl can train in vasectomies instead. And I was like, why didn't you plan that from the beginning? Because I had said that I agree to work on Fridays, one Friday a month, if I'm scheduled in vasectomy. This isn't part of the agreement. Like, I don't want to work on Fridays to do anything else but vasectomies. And so they took that as me being combative and uncooperative because I like threw a fit about it.
Yeah.
And the thing is, they treated me so shitty there, and in general, like, I would be vomiting my brains out because I was pregnant with Artemis, and it was like really bad. On top of that, I was having a lot of anxiety because I was still having like a lot of nervous system responses to vomit because of my phobia. And so like one day I could not stop throwing up. Like, as soon as my foot would touch the bed to try to get up, I would get sick. Like, I laid in bed the entire day. I texted them in the morning. I was like, I can't come in. And they're like, oh, okay. Well, if you feel better, can you come in the afternoon? Because we really need you. And I was like, no, I can't. And then the next day, I had a headache. My body was like literally sore from how much I got sick. My throat was hurting. I had blood vessels popped on my face because it was so bad. And so I told them, I'm not coming in. They're like, oh, can you come in the afternoon? And I was like, no, I am calling out for the day. Like, how am I going to be useful if I'm passing out at work?
Yeah, I'm really lucky that I have a team, or just maybe it's also just like the entity like that we work for, I guess. But like, my boss never ever makes me feel bad for like calling out.
The thing is,
or asks me to like cover. Maybe it's just like the type of job.
Yeah, and like I get it that like one person being out affects the entire clinic, but I'm not well. Yeah. Like, if I'm sick, I'm sick. And even if I needed a mental health day, like, that has nothing to do with you. I'm sick. You can't ask me to still come into work. You can't ask me why I'm calling out. I'm calling out. And when I got to where we're at now, I had so much like trauma from so I'm just really happy to be where I'm at now. All that to say,
and they gave you that check
because they got sued because I should have sued too, because one time they had asked me to pick up, so I was working a 32-hour shift. That was my contract. 32 hours a week. They had asked me to pick up 4 more hours. So I was like, okay, yeah, I can do 36 hours. So that means that on one of the days that I come in, I would work a half day. And they were like, you can work a half day, but if for whatever reason we need you longer, then you can just stay or whatever. And I was like, okay, that's fine. Like, more money, whatever.
Like, as long as you're not exceeding 40, basically.
But sorry. I mean, I guess it's not considered overtime, yeah, because I wasn't exceeding 40, but it was technically overtime because I was only contracted for 36 hours.
Or 36, yeah.
So finally, I was like, I need to go back to therapy, and she was able to do Friday afternoon. And so I told my supervisor at the time, the clinic manager, I was like, yeah, so on just this Friday, can I just be off by noon so I can go to my therapy appointment? And he was like, you would have to use PTO because you're normally scheduled from this time to that time. And I was like, but if I'm contracted for 36 hours, why would I use PTO for 4 extra hours that I'm technically not scheduled for?
Yeah.
And he was like, you would still have to use your PTO. So I just ended up stopped going to therapy because I couldn't make it work. And I was like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, now that I think about it, I was like, why didn't I fight that more? And it was just because I didn't want to be that, like, person that people just, even though I already was deemed that.
Yeah, you probably just didn't want to make it worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then,
or be like an inconvenience to your team. It's just a lot of work pressure, and I think that's like just the culture of like, especially when you're working in like a medical type of environment where you're like,
it's so toxic.
Yeah, I think it's just work is like your life type of thing.
I remember another time, it was the same manager, the guy he was like just the interim for that time because our regular manager was on prenatal leave, but I feel like she would have done the same thing. I come into work one day and I go, oh, I was so tired. I felt like calling out this morning, but I didn't. I came into work. But then I did call out the next day because I was just really tired. I was in school. I was working full time. I was just tired. Like, whatever, I'm burnt out. And I had to leave, so I'm going to use it. So I called out. Then I come back like on a Wednesday and I get pulled into the office. And he was like, so it's come to my attention that you made this comment on this day and then you called out the next day and it's just not a good look. And I was like,
what was the comment? Did you say it already?
Yeah, I had said that. Sorry. I like was in the I was in the front office and I was like, oh, I'm so tired today.
Oh.
That
was the comment that he like, okay.
And he didn't hear it. Someone snitched on me.
Oh.
Because when I called out the next day, they had remembered that I had said that and they snitched on me.
Either way, it's like, okay, if I'm tired, that also could mean that I'm getting sick.
And he was
like, what?
He was like, I understand like that you were tired, but everybody's tired here.
Okay.
And I was like, okay. And in that time, I was applying to become one of the clinic facilitators, which was like a high role. And he was like, you know, you just call out a lot. And I was like, no, I don't. He was like, you call out more than the average person. And I was like, so then why do I have 275 hours of leave if I call out that often?
Yeah.
And he didn't have anything to say.
Yeah.
And then he was like, well, also you're like trying to be in a leadership role and you need to set a good example for the other people. And I was like, then I don't want it. Like, if I'm not going to be able to take care of myself, then I don't want that. I ended up applying anyway, interviewing, nailed it. And they used that like conversation that he and I had against me as to not hire me for that position.
Yeah.
And they gave it to someone who didn't even do medication abortion counsel. Like, she wasn't even trained in half the shit I was trained in.
Yeah. It's frustrating work.
Yeah.
Or people who are are kind of like, just like to use their power type of thing.
I felt like I was always getting called to the principal's office there. So.
Yeah. That's frustrating. I've been like thinking about that because I have in total, I think I have like 170 hours of leave. Um, my sick leave has been like slowly going up because I'm always sick.
Yeah.
And like, and sometimes I just need a day.
Yeah.
But
mental health
but that's what
is
my boss, she always tells me. She's like, even if it's like a mental day, like I don't care, just call off. Like it's okay.
yeah. We'll figure it out.
And I actually went to a training recently where it was because of like the type of work that my like department does.
Mm-hmm.
It's law enforcement, so because they deal with such like heavy things, they're very like active in the mental health and taking care of yourself type of thing, which is really good. But we had a what was it called? Addiction to wellness, or maybe it was something else that we did. I did a couple trainings recently,
Mm-hmm.
but I think it was like a training about how to take care of yourself basically. And I went there and it was pretty interesting. But they basically just like push people to like take mental days.
Yeah.
So I really like that because a lot of I've heard like through my friends and other stuff, like they don't have that support at the jobs that they're at. They just like kind of get scolded for using the time that they earn. And that's not like that. Another thing is like if you earn the time, you have the time. Like I get it if you're constantly like sick or coming in late and like
and you're not getting your work done. Like I feel like if you on the days that you are there, you at least get all your work done, then it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
They can get the coverage. And
like my boss is so nice. Like yesterday I had, Sebastian's graduation was super last minute that we did not know about that. Or like that we weren't really invited until like kind of last minute.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I had she actually had asked me to cover a desk for that day, like maybe like a month and a half before. And I even had it like marked on my calendar and everything, like cover this desk. And when mom had told me like, oh, we're gonna go to Sebastian's graduation if you want to come, blah blah blah. So I had emailed my boss and she was like, we have a lot of people out that day, but here's what I can do. If you ask this person at my site um, to cover you, basically, then I will approve your time. And she was like, but other than that, we don't have anybody to send, so to cover you. So thank God that the person that works with me, she was able to cover me. She covers me so much. I feel so bad because sometimes I feel like with my appointments that's been going on with my allergies and stuff like that, like and calling out sick and all my trainings and all my things, she has to cover me. Luckily, like our site doesn't get too much foot traffic, so she's not like covering too much. She doesn't cover my actual like desk. She just covers the reception front.
Got it.
But yeah, I feel so bad for her because I feel like she might be feeling like she's getting like taken advantage of sometimes. I'm like, I hope she doesn't feel that way.
Maybe you can get her like a gift card.
Yeah, she loves plants. She loves collecting plants, and her favorite color is purple. So I might get her like a nice purple flower or something like that. Nice. Like a plant.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So but it was really nice that like my boss, she's willing to kind of rearrange stuff and work things out for me. And I looked at the schedule. It was like her, my senior, another like two other people. One person was an RDO, another person called out or like was off, requested off. And then the other, like, two people were, like, leaving early. I'm like, "Oh my god," like, our whole unit is there. I think it was just, like, 2 people that were there.
Yeah.
Which
dang.
Yeah, we have a unit of, I think, 9 or 10, so it was, like, a
I mean,
lot of
it
people
is
out.
graduation season.
Yeah.
So, like,
I think that's what it is.
really busy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love seeing everybody graduate. Like, even the little kids from TK, like Dahlia, when she posted about Leo's graduation. That was so cute.
Yeah. He's so cute. His little, like, cap and gown, yeah.
Yeah.
I wish that they did one for Artie. I know she's in kindergarten, but
well, they do have kindergarten, but I don't know why they didn't. But it's okay. We'll have her 5th grade promotion because they do a promotion for her for 5th grade.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I don't think we did that.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually it's just kind of like you're promoting to 6th grade or whatever. Yeah.
And the only reason why they did, because they usually only do a 6th grade promotion because her school is TK to 6th grade.
Oh,
but they recently changed it that this would be the last year that they would do TK through 6. Oh. So they had a promotion for 5th graders and 6th graders because now they're going to the middle school.
I see.
Yeah, and the middle school will be 6 through 8.
Okay, like a normal. Like,
yeah.
What did they call it? Because people sometimes don't call it middle school.
They call it
pre-high. No. Second? No. Secondary school is like regular school, like a...
Yeah, it's like a undergrad program. Because primary school is when they do elementary, middle, junior high.
Junior high, yeah. Yeah, I always think about that. I'm like, oh, that's... Because people will be like, oh, you're going to junior high? And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to middle school.
Yeah.
Because that's what, like, our school was called. It was called middle school.
Yeah.
So...
But yeah, so I think we don't call it that. I feel like the different... Because they call high school university, like in other countries.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or like university is college, but they call it university.
Yeah.
And then they call like anything under university or under college is primary school, because that's where you learn all your stuff. In like Latin countries, they call it colegio, but that means high school.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you would think like...
And so that's college in English. Yeah. So there's just... America just has a very interesting system.
Vocabulary. The vocab is really weird.
You know, they also, like in other countries, like especially in the Netherlands, there's this girl that I followed. She does makeup there, Nikki Tutorials. Do you know who that is? She started elementary school at like 7 or 8. Yeah. And then they're in high school until they're like 19.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
and
still 10 years. That's still like good money years to cut off though.
Yeah, it's like 7 or 8. Like they start around like that age, and they still like go to daycare and
they
like
learn
like stuff.
Like the preschool type of like...
Yeah, but it's because they like believe, and their school starts later. Like their school starts at like later in the day.
Yeah.
And the like people in other countries are so educated. A lot of people go to college or university and have like master degrees or like grad degrees and stuff, and it's because they get to pay.
Where is she from?
She's from the Netherlands.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I think that's what she said. She doesn't have an accent though.
Yeah.
I believe that's where she's from.
Dang, I did not know that.
Yeah.
This is kind of random. I'm just thinking about my hair. I cut my hair this morning.
Oh.
I like chopped...
I didn't notice.
You know how when I got my hair cut, I was like, is it uneven?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty uneven, and now that it's growing back, it's like...
It's more noticeable.
Yeah. And it's like, Mom says that it doesn't look like that, but that shit looks even. But I think
but you can feel it.
I feel like my hair goes like kind of like an A-line. And I kind of want it just like straight.
Why don't you go to Carla?
Yeah, I guess I could go to Carla. I don't know.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fine. I'll go to Carla.
She won't ask.
I think I'll
her prices are so good too.
Yeah, $60? Maybe for my birthday. Like right before my birthday, I'll get it like just fixed up and trimmed.
Yeah.
I don't want to cut it too short again for my birthday though. But you can see like the chunks. Look at the chunks of my hair. I didn't thin it out. I just...
I mean, I guess that's part of
your week. I cut it with eyebrow scissors.
I saw you do your bangs with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, okay.
Because they're small.
Yeah. I think Patrick commented on that picture, on that video
on TikTok,
but I didn't see what he said.
He said something about cutting his bangs too or something, and I was like, okay, Baldy. Because he's bald.
He gets this one long eyelash or one long eyebrow. It's just like heck long. Like it goes down to here sometimes.
Ew, that kind of creeps me out. I don't like that.
So he can cut that with eyebrow clippers, and that could be his bangs.
Just like bangs over his eyes. My yeah. I usually cut my bangs with that anyway.
Oh, okay.
But this right here, I think it's just I think it's just because it's
your cowlick.
It's that, and I also like put product in it because I washed my hair a couple days ago.
Yeah.
And so I haven't been able to like fix it. It just curled up that way, and I was like, it's whatever.
Yeah.
But this side always looks better. Like it curls up differently.
Yeah. Like this side of my hair, like the bang never wants to bang. It like looks good today, but like
mine does it too.
But like
it's like flat. It doesn't like curl out.
It just goes like this.
Yeah, that's how this side is. So like when I try to style it, it does that, and then the side is like so cute and like swoopy.
And then this one just goes like
I hate it. And then like sometimes I actually just saw somebody else. I think she either cut her bangs or she was just styling her hair. but I commented and I was like, "Can you do like a hair tutorial and like a bang how she does her bangs or styles her bangs?" But she does like a small flat iron, and every time I use a flat iron, it like makes my hair too straight, and I'm
Yeah.
wondering if it's like sometimes it's I think too hot, so I lower it, but then it like doesn't get smooth. So I'm
Yeah.
like, it has to be a little bit hotter, and then it gets wonky, and I'm like, it's too straight. It like looks like,
Yeah.
and then all the rest of my hair is like kind of wavy, or like I have to like style the whole head. And I don't feel like doing that. I just want my bangs to be like decent.
Right.
Yeah, but then my hair was just growing so long. Like my hair grows so fast.
Yeah.
And I don't like it feeling too one dimension. I want some like
you want some layers and kind of.
I think that is kind of what's happening here too. Is like I think it's
you don't have layers.
Yeah, I think this needs to be like a little bit shorter.
I like the way Carla cuts my hair, and it still looks cute when I want to wear it curly.
Mom was just telling me she needs to go back to Carla soon too because she needs trim.
Yeah. I'm actually trying to go back every 3 months.
That's
to be on a schedule so my hair can stay healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Also because I was using a hair product that I've been using for a few years, and all of a sudden it like dried my hair out and my curls are funky now.
Maybe it's not working well with your shampoo that you're using, the prescription one.
No,
prescribed.
No. I stopped using that gel before I got the prescription.
Oh,
yeah.
Weird.
It was like in August to October where my hair just like got crazy, and it does not curl the same. Yeah,
I hate that. I actually just cleaned underneath my my sink in the bathroom, and I reorganized and just got rid of a bunch of like products because where do you donate that?
I don't know.
I look-y just throw it away. Is that bad? I don't know.
Maybe.
But I just feel like it's wasteful, because there's so much product and like hair stuff, but like it doesn't work with my hair. Like I try it, and then what am I gonna do with it?
Right.
Because like,
and it's not like you can go donate it to like a hair shop because they use like professional hair stuff.
And like I don't really have
like would they trust you? Like would they trust you?
Yeah. What if I put like Nair in it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Imagine everybody was bald. Everybody was bald in the salon. That is so mean. But yeah, and I also don't have like anybody that has similar hair texture to me that like
would use
like that would be able to use it. Yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah. What did anything interesting happen to you this week?
No, not really.
I told you about that nurse at my job, right? That went into labor.
Oh yeah, you did tell me.
Yeah, that was crazy. So I like would talk to her. I think I talked to her last Thursday, and I was like, when are you going on maternity leave? And she was like, oh, next Thursday is my last day. I want to like work for as long as possible because she came back from maternity leave pregnant.
Okay. How long was she on maternity leave before she came back?
I don't know, because I didn't know her then.
Oh, okay.
And so she had just came back, and I was like, oh, hi, I'm Marisha, I'm new. I met her like in December. And so
I forgot you had a new job. Like I forgot that you have a different title now.
Yeah.
Because I was like, what? You've been there for so long.
Yes. Now I've been there a little over 6 months now.
Yeah.
But because I started in October. End of October. But yeah, I met her and I was like, oh, when are you due? Like back in December. She goes, I'm due sometime in June. I was like, okay. And then I went to ask her because I'm like the birthday fairy of the clinic now. And so I was asking people if they want to be on the birthday list. So I went up to her and I was like, hey, I was like, why are you still here? Aren't you gonna have a baby soon? And she was like, yeah, I wanted to work until the end, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay. And then I was hearing on Thursday, I need to make a call to a few clients. And I like to leave my door open because I just want people to know that I'm like available if they need me. But I was just hearing so much commotion in the hallway. And I was like, what the heck? So I got up to close my door, and then I just see her being wheeled out. And I was like, oh my God. And one of the nurses, she was like, yeah, we're having a baby. Because she's got like a Southern accent. And I was like, oh my goodness, okay. And the other lady, Brandy, was like, yeah, she's in labor. We're in labor. And I was like, oh.
You guys had a what is it? Behavioral health baby.
Yeah. And then they came back in. I opened the door, and one of the OAs was like, "Is she okay? Like, you guys just wheeled her out there and left her out there?" And the other nurse was like, "No, her man's coming to pick her up. Like, they're gonna go to the hospital."
Is she was she like really having like bad contractions?
She dropped to the floor.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh, that's scary.
Yeah. And so I was like, yeah, I went into labor at work once too. And so I was telling them the story, and I was like, I was in denial though that I was in labor, but I guess that nurse was like, yeah, I was thinking about calling out today because like she had went to the bathroom many times in the night. So when you're about to give birth, your body just like starts to expel everything, especially bowel movements. And she had went 9 times the night before.
Oh my god.
And I was like, girl.
Yeah, why is she there?
Yeah.
She should have called out.
It was literally 10 o'clock. She had to leave. She was not even at work for that long.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like, yeah, I was in denial all day that I was in labor. And I should have known when I kept having bowel movements. Like, I kept getting up like every hour to go use the bathroom. And I would like go easily. And I was like, I just probably have really bad like cramps or whatever.
Is it like solid?
No, it's kind of soft.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like it's really soft.
I was gonna say, like, imagine being able to poop like full solid, like good poops.
Yeah.
That many times in a night.
It's the hormone.
Yeah. Well, I actually,
it's
like when I'm about to get my period, that happens to me.
Yeah,
like,
it's the same hormone.
I like have to use the bathroom like every hour basically. I have cramps, and I don't always use the bathroom every hour, but like I feel like I do, so I'll go into the bathroom and like
it goes.
And sometimes it doesn't, but like I feel like I have to.
Yeah.
And like sitting down on the toilet relieves the cramps though.
Yeah.
And then I lay back down and it happens.
I mean, that's why some people labor on the toilet because it helps with the pains too, and it helps bring the baby down because of the gravity.
You know what I need? A squatty potty. I need one of those because right now I'm just using like a bin, but it is foot length. I just use like a random bin that we have.
Yeah, but you want it more solid, like not as wiggly, right?
Yeah, and maybe
I just use the kids' stools.
Yeah,
Mom has a stool that the kids use. You can use it.
I think it's just in her room, and I just don't like.
You don't have to go in there to take it out, so you can use the bathroom.
Yeah,
you just need your own.
Yeah, I want like a collapsible one.
They have them on Amazon. They're not that expensive.
Okay, I might invest in one because like.
I bought one.
I don't want it like taking up the space, you know.
Yeah, I bought one to take to work, because like here I can use a stool, but at work I don't have it, and the toilets are all different heights. And when I had that hemorrhoid that I had to go to the emergency room to take out because it was like thrombosed, I was like, that's never happening to me again, and I got a squatty potty. Yeah, I just walk around with it at work.
Thrombosed.
Huh?
That sounds like a name. Thrombosed. Yeah.
Yeah, but that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's cool. My like most eventful thing was that I went to like a wedding shower.
Oh, cute.
At work, and I won a gift card to Starbucks actually.
Nice.
Because it was like a big bag, and they had like a bunch of items of bridal / wedding / honeymoon items in like a bag, and you had to like feel around for 30 seconds and then write down all your things. And I got 7 out of 10.
Nice.
So
that's fun. That's a fun game.
It is fun. Yeah, it was fun. And then like it was a huge group of people, and it was cool because since I'm not there all the time anymore, I got to see a few people that I like haven't seen in a while. And then it was in the adult unit, and I'm in the juvenile unit, so I don't really get to like hang out with the adult unit very often, and it was nice because. You know, you just see a different dynamic.
Did you get to see your other PO friends, or they weren't there?
It was like invitation to everybody.
Oh,
like it's kind of like everybody can come by because during the lunch hour. But you know, when that happens, kind of like mainly your unit kind of celebrates you the most.
Yeah,
so, not many people like
know her.
Yeah, or like came up and like said anything or joined. They were just kind of like mainly admin people. So like fiscal. And then the 2 clericals, and then the like admin people, like
who was getting married? I don't know them.
You don't know them, yeah. Her name's Sang. She's but her and her fiance are like they're so cute. They had it was Pokemon themed, and so they had like the cute little Pikachu and like I want to say that I think they were dressed up in like a tux and a wedding like gown type of thing, and it was cute.
That's so
cute. Yeah, it was cute.
That reminds me of Rinka's sister-in-law and brother. They got married at City Hall, but in cosplay, like anime.
I think I saw the pictures. Yeah, that's cute.
Yeah.
But that was like the most exciting thing.
Sounds fun.
I think. Yeah. And then the rest of my week was just normal because I was off Monday and I was off Friday, so I didn't do anything.
Yeah. I finally figured out where I got bit, like how I got mosquito bites. Because Mickey, the girl who does my nails, by the way, guys, find her, Garden Nails. She lives on a farm, basically.
Yeah.
Like in the farm
area.
That makes
sense.
And there's probably standing water everywhere for the animals to drink their water, so it attracts all the mosquitoes. And I was there with bare arms. And that's where I got them, I think.
Okay.
And I asked Patrick, I was like, when you get bit by mosquitoes, does this happen? He was like, no.
Yeah,
I was like, so this is not a normal thing that, like, people get all swollen and stuff.
And, like, bruised, and it hurts. It's, like, hard, too, yeah.
I guess it's just because we are actually allergic to the venom.
Yeah.
Or the saliva or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, freaking yesterday on my way back home from Napa, the freaking route took us like through like all the mountains and like back roads. Yeah.
And she was so scared.
It was so windy. We were like, whew, like every few like turns, it was like another turn.
Would you have preferred dad drive or mom?
Mom.
Okay.
Because mom actually slows down, but dad usually does. Like if he's actually not aware of like where the route is, he'll drive like slow. And I know that he has more control over I know he has control over the car.
Yeah.
But like
mom goes slow.
Mom actually goes slow. I just was like, it was pretty like scary. But I had an appointment for my Kaiser for my allergy thing at 2 p.m. And so
in
she
person?
called. No, a call.
Oh.
And so I was like, oh, it should be fine because I thought that when I made the appointment, I was obviously going to be at work. So I was like, oh, it'd be fine because I would just take my break or whatever.
But you were in the mountains, so you didn't have reception?
Well, I didn't even think that we'd be in the mountains because I was like, oh, we'll probably... The graduation will be done by like 12:31, and then we'll eat, and so I'll still be at wherever we're at to be eating or like in the car.
Yeah.
And so I was like, it should be fine. And then she called me at like 2:15, and we talked for like a few minutes, and then the call dropped. And I was like, hello? I was just gonna like email her and be like, oh, sorry, I lost connection. But she had already emailed me when I got home.
Oh, okay.
And she was like, hi, I think our call dropped. I called you multiple times, but I didn't get a hold of you, so I just wanted to like finish up what I was going to say. And so she basically is saying that she thinks I'm a good candidate for shots. So I emailed her back, and we'll go from there to see. So that's my other most interesting thing that happened.
Are you going to want me to go with you for the shots?
No, I'll probably schedule it on my Monday off, and then if it's weekly, then I probably would have to take a day off, or and I probably would do them in the afternoon so that I can come home and sleep. Yeah, because that's what I've heard. I've done research on it.
You're really tired. Well, yeah, because your body is like
readjusting
and it's having an immune response, and so like that tires your body out, just like as if you were sick.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Well, if you need me to go to, because I just know how you feel about.
I've been better with shots, actually.
Oh, that's good.
Mine is drawing blood. Is what bothers me. So like when I had to go,
when you see the blood coming out.
It's just the idea of it. It's not even just the blood.
You're like I need my blood. Why are you taking it?
It's not even that. It's just like I don't know what it is. Like seeing it, knowing I have to get my blood drawn. The needle like doesn't really bother me. Like the fact that I'm like a needle is going to my arm doesn't bother me. The fact that blood is being taken out doesn't bother me. It's just the feeling I get of it. Like it makes me feel queasy. Yeah. Like I don't care that they're taking blood from me. Right. I'm not like I need my blood. Yeah. It's just whatever. Okay. But I don't know. Just like seeing it, I don't know how to explain it. I
understand what you mean.
It just gives me anxiety. It's not like
Yeah. I get it.
When I did my life insurance, they had to draw my blood for that, and I cried. And I was at home. I cried because I was just like so anxiety inducing for me. I don't know why. But I've gotten better at like controlling it. I'm not like super like anxious anymore. So when they did it for my allergy testing, I was a little bit like thrown off because I didn't expect them to do it, and I didn't expect them to do it that day. So it's like, oh,
so you weren't like mentally prepared.
I didn't mentally prepare. I didn't even eat, so I had to go eat and then go get my blood drawn. But I was like, okay, well, maybe this is better than getting pricked a bunch of times because it's either blood or like skin testing. Yeah. And I was like, I'd rather just get the blood taken out, do it quickly and then like not have to deal with me having an allergic reaction on my skin.
Yeah.
And have to deal with that for like
and that
days.
would look gross. Like it would like trigger your trypophobia.
It'd be on my back.
Oh.
Yeah. Either my back or my arm. So I would probably would like
put it on your
put
back.
like a put it on my
Yeah.
back.
And then like write all over your back and like circle it. Yeah. Yeah, that's what they were gonna have to do for Artemis, but they just the blood test too, which is nice. It's really non-invasive.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, that's basically my week.
Me too.
I still
we just yapped about like other stuff, sorry.
That's okay. Yeah.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna put the AC on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hot.
Yeah.
It's hot here.
And then yeah.
Okay.
Thanks for listening.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.